And we are now live.
Yes, welcome to Usable Live.
Hi, yeah.
So you might recognize that we're not Alminni anymore. We're not memory mesh anymore. We're actually usable. So it's Usable Live. So
Yeah, third time's the charm, as they say.
So we rebranded again. We think we found the perfect name now. It's usable.dev. So what do you think about the name?
I think it's excellent. It's so much easier to say, and it doesn't sound like alimony, which is very nice. So I think it's really, really good.
Nor alumni.
Alumni, yeah, that's a bit more prestigious.
But we kept the cute mascot, the nudibranch.
Yeah.
You can see it in the back. You can also probably see we're in a new studio. It's a fancy new studio. It's actually our office. So, and
just to make sure that just need to make sure everyone's quiet when we stream, but hopefully these won't be so long that it annoys anyone.
So Johan has made a sign to put on the door.
Yeah.
Problem is we can't find out how to put that sign in landscape, so
it's okay. We'll ask Usable on how to do it later.
So if someone bursts in the door, then okay, sorry, we'll just tell them to keep quiet.
Yeah, we'll tell them to get out of here.
Yeah. And so it's usable. Yeah. So not just cute or adorable, but actually usable. We have, of course, a new landing page.
Yeah, so should we just show it off? Currently, that is technically the landing page. We'll be making like a dedicated background for the streams. But for now, here it is. There we go. And this is the new landing page that we have. Isn't it? It's just adorable with the cute like bubbles in the background and stuff as well.
Fantastic.
So and again, usable.dev.
Usable.
See right there.
And as you can see, of course, Usable is shared memory for development teams. So Usable remembers while development teams forget.
Yeah.
Unless they use Usable.
Exactly.
The
oh yeah, that's just there you go.
The question begs then, how did we make this landing page?
Yes, if you remember from the last stream, we used something called Orlando, which is a public workspace in Alminni, Usable. See, we also have to get used to it ourselves, but it's a public workspace where he specializes in making landing pages for someone who has zero developer experience.
And extremely simple landing pages, or fancy landing pages with all the bells and whistles, but without any framework.
Yeah. So Orlando is very much focused on making landing pages that are pure HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. So no React, no server-side, Next.js, nothing really fancy, meaning it's very lightweight, it's extremely fast, and you can host it for free if you know how to operate that space.
Check out our last stream.
Yeah,
that was revealed. So again, where can you find Orlando?
Orlando you can currently find on orlando.usable.dev. Let's see if this one works.
No,
I think it is still technically under alminni.com.
Yeah.
Again, we are switching over.
So that's the Orlando's landing page.
So currently, hang on. Can you see the landing page on the live? Because all I see is just the background right there. Hang on, let me just do some live editing here. So if I press window capture and then pop back to display, there you go. Let's see if that keeps it in place. So if I press something else, go back to usable. There you go. Okay, now it's fine. yeah, Ólavur can see a red line here, but it doesn't actually exist. It's in OBS.
So, regardless, Usable Dev, fantastic landing page. We're very happy with it and fun using Orlando.
And
then
we can quickly also just hop over to actually the usable website itself, which is that if you just go to usable.dev. So if you're logged in and just type usable.dev, you'll end in like your workspace area where you can see all your workspaces.
And you can see our current version is 0.85.1.
Yeah.
So a couple of versions since our last stream. So,
and with that, some new features as well.
Some new features. One thing we are now supporting is agents.md.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about agents?
Should we try and demonstrate a bit of that? So technically there's a bit of a history behind that. So just to really put focus on it. So the people who have worked with AIs before and MCP servers and these rules that you tend to give to an AI so to make sure he does the same thing every time, or at least tries to, it is that you create these rule files that are specific to the specific tool that you're using. So Cursor or Cairo, the new one that Amazon made, or Windsurf. There are several different types of tools like Claude Code, or Warp now has one as well. Warp Code. It is that you just end up with so many rule files that it just kind of becomes a mess, and also to make sure that you maintain them over time. So if you change something, you need to remember to change them, all of them, and it just becomes a complete mess. And this is kind of what this tweet is pointing at, that ChatCN is talking about. It's that you just end up with so many files that are just rules for your AI.
So there's a webpage called agents.md.
Yes. So that is what they're trying to solve, which is that you just create the one agents.md file, and all these tools know how to read that. So it's basically like a common structure for everyone. Kind of like a README file for developers, as it says right there. A README file right there.
Yep.
So that's obviously the new kid around the block. So
okay, and how do you implement that using Usable?
Yes. So if we just hop over to, I already prepped the Orlando landing page that we worked in or showed previously. And currently you see we have this rule in Cursor called Alminni.mdc.
So with the old name, Alminni, not Usable?
Yeah.
And this is the stream we had, like our live session we had 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's already that long ago.
Yeah, time flies.
So yeah, so we have this file at the moment, and we would like to replace it with just an agents.md file. Because then you don't need to micromanage all these rules.
Have separate rules for Cursor, for Windsurf, for Visual Studio Code, for Claude, for whatever.
Yeah, now Gemini also as well has their own rules. So I think what we should do is basically generate this agents.md file and try and run the project and see if we can get him to make a few changes and see if he actually uses Usable from there on out. So to do that, we first need to regenerate, like basically reinitialize Usable in this project, because we're not using Alminni anymore, and we are going to be using the agents.md file instead. So what we need to do is hop on over to usable.dev. You can access this through just the regular workspace, the app itself, or you can do it from the usable.dev page, where you press this docs up here in the top of the bar.
So that's just usable.dev/docs.
Yeah, you can also just write /docs if you want to. And if you look at the tabs up here, it says Getting Started, MCP, and API. And you can also press this one if you like, just to hop on over to what we're interested in, which is the MCP tab. And then we need to copy this initialization line right here, which is...
It's just the package usable.dev/MCP server at latest.
Yeah.
In it.
And we used the exact same one in the other 2 sessions that we did.
Yeah, but now it's called usable.dev.
Yeah, the most important part.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we copy that one. And notice how it says your access token. I already made an access token before. If you don't know how to create one yourself, you can just hop on over to the previous video and we'll show you. It shows you exactly how to do it, just to save some time.
I think you also can see it there in Getting Started. So
yeah, You can read through this as well if you want to.
Yeah.
We recommend it. It's a very good read. So we go back to cursor, paste it into any terminal that you prefer, and then I'll just pop into my notes, grab the token, and paste it in the terminal, and then just run it. And then we wait for a second for him to kick in. He'll say, hey, should I install the MCP server? We say yes. And then he asks what configuration.
I think it's the IDE selection I did, at least.
Yeah, in this case, you actually just pick number 1, which is generate the agent, or agent.md file. Yep. It even defaults to 1 now.
Yep.
There we go.
And then it's the AI landing page, which is the Orlando.
Yeah.
We should probably rename it.
We should really rename it.
Call it Orlando workspace instead of AI landing page.
That's next stream. How to rename. Yeah. So we'll pick that one. This basically asks you what workspace you would like to work with. So we pick number 7. And here is, again, from last time, we have a pre-prompt that kind of helps Orlando function better in his environment.
Yeah. But it works even without the pre-prompt. The pre-prompt just makes him a bit more clever.
Yeah, it makes him super specific to this project rather than all projects. So I just copied the pre-prompt, paste it in, and press enter. Again, you don't need it, but it helps for this specific project. And here we go. Now it has generated an agents.md file. And you can read through it if you want to, but this is specifically for the AI to use. But it is basically instructions on how to behave when working with Usable.
And you can edit this, and you can have the agent edit it.
Yeah.
If you scroll a bit down, you can see the IDs for the workspace. Yeah. And for the different fragment types and so on. So it's...
Where is it?
It just helps the agents connect with Usable.
There it is.
Yes. So you have instruction set, knowledge, recipe, solution, template, and LLM personas.
And again, you don't technically need this to use Usable. This just enhances your experience. It goes faster. And so you don't have to constantly tell him, remember to add this to Usable. Instead, he just figures it out himself, and you just...
Well, you need agents.md or something similar to connect to Usable.
Yeah, but you only need the MCP server, and then you can technically just use Usable, but this just makes it better, a better user experience.
Yes. And now you can delete the Alminni.mdc.
Yes.
Goodbye.
And we'll even go one further and delete the cursor folder.
Ooh, gone.
There we go. And now comes the terrifying part of seeing if this works. But I have faith that it will work perfectly fine.
So maybe change any reference to Alminni and replace it with usable.dev.
Oh, that's a good thing. Yeah. So say, hey, can you please run the project and rename all references to Alminni to usable. Usable or just usable dev?
Usable. Just usable.
And then just to be nice, we'll say a little thank you. So what we just did now was that we asked AI in Cursor to do this.
I need to first read the memory rules and persona files to understand the context. So it, of course, checks with usable.
And
then it...
Persona files aren't accessible, are local to run Orlando landing page. So let's see, will he figure out? I mean, that command on itself you can find in Orlando's workspace.
Yeah.
So that's already a good sign.
Great, the project is running on port 8000 and
now he says replace all Alminni references with usable.
Throughout the project.
Yeah, what he probably did before was also check the folder names and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he couldn't
so
find
can we see the Orlando landing page?
Yeah, so if we hold Command or Control if using Windows and just press the link that he showed, and there we go.
That's localhost 8000. And
localhost 8000, yeah.
Maybe if you search for Alminni, usable.
He's already been on it.
Yeah. Fantastic.
So connect Orlando to
usable. And get it out there.
Nice.
We need to get that subdomain Orlando.usable.dev working as well, but we'll do that after the stream.
Yeah, and there you go. He seems to be done. He even after he finished, he even offered to open the site for us. But we were ahead of him.
Fantastic.
Right. So we'll just tell him to, awesome. Can you please deploy these changes? Happy smiley. Always make sure that the AI knows you're happy.
So we have one more item before we close up, but we're not going to go into all the details. But ChatGPT finally last week announced that they are supporting MCP.
Yeah.
And of course, Usable works with ChatGPT. But neither of us has a ChatGPT subscription. We're accessing it through other channels.
Yeah.
But the other teammates have checked it out, and it is working. So you can now use Usable in ChatGPT, provided you have a paid subscription.
Yeah.
And I guess with that cliffhanger, we will cover it in the next live episode.
Yeah.
Soon. And with, do you have anything to add?
All I can say is that we have a lot of cool features that'll be coming out very shortly, and we will be covering every single one of them in these live streams, these short formatted live streams. So you should definitely stay tuned and be ready on.
Maybe one more thing. I think you should join our Discord channel, and you can find it on Usable Dev down in the footer. There's a link to join.
Yeah, and there should also be a link tree if you're interested in all the other things that we're on, so you can check that out as well.
We're pretty much everywhere as Usable Dev. Yeah. That's our handle. Just Usable Dev, no dots.
Yeah.
And with that, I think it's time to tell you should go out now and do something usable. Thank you.